Good evening, everybody. Going through and doing some of our admin work on social media, uploading videos to Rumble. Hopefully YouTube doesn't give me crap for saying that word. Okay, there we are. For any of you who are doing content, definitely just start with moving a lot of your YouTube stuff over to Rumble. And unlike YouTube, they actually let us touch our pews, so I will have to take this apart real quick. But we mentioned before, we got some optics in from Siley, and we're going to test them at the range, hopefully next week if everything goes well. And I don't know, I'm kind of curious. Maybe we'll do some kind of deal with them. We'll see how things go. There we go. You were getting hang up. You need to be polished a little more. But here we are. Our SM19 Viper with the Siley Wolf X Pro. And yeah, we'll take this to the range and we'll check it out, see how well it does. I kind of like that it has a changing reticle. Yep, very nice. For the build itself, this one here we have, of course, we made the slide, the SM19 Gen 3 Viper, but the optic is Siley, the barrel is ELD Performance, and the parts kit is SCT Manufacturing, and then we have the sights are going to be Glock OEM. Very interested to try it out. But other than that, doing some admin. Might do a live later with Red Dawn Readiness. I don't know if that's going to be on YouTube or Rumble, but we'll definitely do one with him at some point, if not later today. He has one of our camo slides. Hey, how's it going, Abby? Yeah, he has one of our camo slides that we did in Cerakote. Yeah, 30s-ish. Getting to be an old man. Nah, playing around with vertical for the first time, G. Normally I do a webcam so I could stream and show what I'm working on. Lamar Jackson edits. Man, people are really into that. No, I'm not. We are a gunslide producer. So we take bars of steel and we turn them into finished slides. Hey, Bullseye Ben, what's going on? ABCs? That's funny. Where you at, Ben? Here we go. Congrats, Ben. You're one of my blue people. Hey, Coors Light Connoisseur. How you doing? So just telling people, I'm doing a little admin right now, uploading things to Rumble and trying to get a few more videos uploaded to Instagram and whatnot. But we are taking this slide out next week, and we're going to test fire this Siley Optics Wolf X Pro. Great song. Love that song. And then for those who didn't catch it earlier, it is, of course, a Stiffler Manufacturing SM19 Viper slide in This is one of our older ones, so in Stormtrooper white instead of Arctic white. We'll be using Glock OEM iron sights, the Siley Optics Wolf X Pro red dot, an ELD Performance barrel, and an SCT Manufacturing upper parts kit. Oh, definitely, much appreciated. And we've got some other stuff too. Little flat dark earth, little blue, 17s, 19s, and at some point we'll be working on 43s. Got this flat dark earth 17 here. And it's amazing that YouTube won't let me show the frame, but we'll be testing it on a PSA and a polymer 80 as well. Well, correction, I can't touch the frame. On Rumble, if that's where Red Dawn Readiness and I end up doing our live, I will be able to touch it as much as I want. Hey, FV Ordnance, what's going on? How's GunCon? But I can show off the slide, which they don't seem to have an issue with. Oh, and they sent us a little patchy patch, too. Yeah, we would have wanted to go, but going to Ohio, that's just, we're too busy. We got way too much going on with the shop. I do want to get a patch wall behind me. I've got some old Army patches from units we were in. We'll throw on some gun patches on there, maybe some other companies' patches. Arizona to Ohio would be a 28-hour drive, over 1,800 miles. That's way too long. I mean, obviously we'd get on a flight, but, well, you know, not necessarily. We might get the RV and go do the RV instead. Oh yeah, we've traversed it before. Arizona all the way up to New York, Canada. But SHOT Show was easier. That was just from Arizona to Nevada. Way faster. I think that took us just over 6 hours, and it was like 415 miles. Let's look that up. 412 miles. That was about right. Yeah, that's the road. If you have some people with you, you can just swap out, and somebody can sleep in the back, and that works out great. If not, you got to stop every so often to get some rest. Well, you don't have to. I could pretend I'm driving for the Army again, but screw that. I do like that it comes with this little optic cover. It's kind of cool. It's just a chunk of rubber, but that's nice. I guess their range is from 100 to 300 on the price for that, but I don't know. I'm interested to test it out, see how well it does. It seems some people like them, though my understanding is that they are Chinese made. Oh yeah, I can see that. Oh, was that some of the lives you were doing, where you were checking out different stuff? Okay, let's see here. That one's uploaded. That one's still loading. That one's still loading. Okay, and I want to download this one from, what was it, last night? Yeah, last night. I have good things to say about Gideon Optics so far. Oh, okay. And we're gonna send this off to a veteran eBay seller who he sells blemish slides, militaria, collectibles, things like that. So we're going to send this and a few other things off to him. Some of our outdated, or not outdated, that's the wrong word. Discontinued, I guess. There's certain colors that people just don't buy, and he's going to try and sell them. Or if people do buy them, like for example, we used to have bubblegum pink, and we thought, oh yeah, get a pink gun. People might sell it, or people might buy it. And it took us a year to sell off all of our bubblegum pink slides. And then we ended up getting a Sig Pink, and people like that one a lot more. That one's kind of a hot pink kind of color. Oh, almost touched that and put that on screen. Yep, don't do that. Got a nice little stand for it, though. We'll see what goes on with that. I really kind of want to do P320/M17 slide as well as the P365. And I have not so far been able to replicate this issue, so I'm wondering if there was a difference between the M17 variant than the P320. Hello, Mahendra. Rajput, if I pronounce that right. Zancy, I missed you. How goes it? Yeah, we kind of want to try to do that. Maybe also do like M&P someday too. We'll have to buy some slides, but really it's going to be a lot of the Glocks. After we finish this next 17, which will be a 17 variant of this one here. We are going to do the 43, and I'm not sure how many models of the 43 we'll make exactly. At least two. Hey, thank you very much, Ben. After that, maybe the 26 or the 34. Of course, the issue is we're going to have to get a 26 and a 34 slide. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Boom. Hey, M&E. How's it going? Me. Model 20 plans. I don't know. Maybe the 23. I don't know about the 20. Because we're kind of bypassing the Gen 4. But at the same time, it's a 10mm, so I mean, I kind of want to do a 10mm someday. So we might do a 10mm at some point, but the next The next slide model is definitely the 43, and after that, possibly another 9mm with the 26 or the 34. But if we ever go into 10mm or 45 cal, I don't know. Hey, Poppy the Gun Guy, what's going on? Yeah, I really should do more of them. It sucks that I can't do screen sharing this way. Because then I could show you guys what I'm working on and stuff like that. Ah, well, it is what it is. Okay, that one's uploaded. Got this one loading still. That one's still loading. Because I'm using my phone for this one, and I'm using my computer to work on a lot of admin stuff and uploading videos and things I've been working on. But apparently YouTube loves vertical lives, so I have to start doing some of those from time to time. But if you missed it, this is what we're talking about right now. We'll be taking this out to the range maybe sometime next week. Mostly to test out this Siley Wolf X Pro optic. Yeah, I'm more a fan of the webcam version myself. You get a wider view, though I guess it helps, you know, for people who are watching on their phones. Hey, Cooking with Love, how goes it? Oh, the dog. There we go. Yeah, I need to work on doing some video editing. Yeah, there's a dog in the background. We might also hit up, for those of you that just joined in, we also might hit up Red Dawn Readiness later. If we do end up doing this on Rumble, I will be able to show you the full build. But I can tell you it right now. It is a Siley Wolf X Pro red dot optic. It is a Stiffler Manufacturing SM19 Viper slide, an ELD Performance barrel, an SCT Manufacturing upper parts kit with Glock OEM sights, and we'll be test firing it next week with a Palmetto State Armory dagger frame, as well as we're one of the lucky few to still have a Polymer 80 lower. And I can show you I am much faster than an ATF director at taking off my slide. Oh my God, it's so easy. But definitely interested to try out this optic. Oh yeah, dogs are great. It's a tiny little dog though, and of course, tiny dog syndrome. Barks at everything, but never actually does anything. Yeah, it takes 4 hours to remove a Glock slide. Super hard. You know, it's actually, and I wonder this because I was talking with a cop a while back, and a lot of them don't have experience, members of law enforcement, where they are only familiar with their department-issued weapons or any weapons that they might casually find on the street. He was telling me about a fellow officer he was working with that was struggling to figure out a single-action revolver. Now, granted, I admit a lot of people might not be familiar with revolvers, let alone single-action, but the officer was completely unfamiliar with them, and the weapon was loaded, and he did not know how to remove the ammunition, and he kept looking, like, where's the safety on this single action revolver? Because he was used to his department issued Glock. And so he did not know how to, you know, put the hammer down safely, and he didn't know how to remove the ammunition just by opening the loading gate and then using the ejection rod to remove the ammunition. So I wonder if the ATF director who struggled with that Glock slide was kind of in a similar situation. Like, yeah, he's the director of the ATF, but he's struggling with a Glock. But at the same time, the Glock is one of the most common law enforcement pistols and even military pistols around the planet. Like, before our military went with the SIG M17 and M18, Glocks were, well, obviously before that it was the M9, but Glocks were available in the military. So here is the director of the ATF saying, showing that he was completely unfamiliar with an incredibly common pistol. So where this police officer struggled with a single action revolver, you have the director of a law enforcement agency struggling with the most common pistol. So I get it that, that cop didn't understand how to deal with a revolver. He'd never seen or dealt with one before in his instance, but the ATF being, or at least that director being unable to disassemble a Glock was just absolutely hilarious. If it had been some uncommon pistol type, I might have understood it, or it's like my first time experiencing a European or Canadian style magazine release confused the hell out of me. It's PTSD from trying to take the slide off. Oh, what company are you meeting up with? Hey, Shadow, how you doing?
What's having this lip off? This? No. This is a no-no. Look, when I come back on the train,
Yep.
I got this. I can hold it. If I don't, it'll just... I think that this needs batteries. I have a question about when I'm out of my training wheels, can we get
There we go. Back. Kids going out for a bike ride. Oh, where were we? Yeah, ATF director. That was, I'm also surprised he didn't practice first, right? Do like do a practice run before that interview. But I'm probably not saying anything no one else has thought of. Yeah, for that other YouTube one I was talking about earlier, RB Market or RB Tactical Market, something like that. So we're sending some of our old stuff off that we are either on hiatus with or just old colors that we don't have anymore. Like this Stormtrooper white. Instead, we're now in Arctic white, so finding small businesses to sell stuff off to, as well as our distributors and whatnot. Hey, Stay Dangerous, how's it going? Yeah, it seriously takes seconds. I honestly prefer the SR Ruger line on takedowns compared to the Glock. But still, the Glock is incredibly easy. Oh, the screen's frozen? Hold on. Everything looks good on my end. I've got movement. Try doing a refresh, man. Hey, Toy Town Inc., how goes it? Yeah, there we go. Quick takedown. And today we're talking about, and we'll probably talk about it a little more if I get to do a thing with Red Dawn. But we're talking about this slide here. We are going to test out next week the Siley Optics Wolfx Pro Red Dot. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with us, Stiffler Manufacturing, we turn steel bars into Glock-style slides. And I wish I could show off the frames, but YouTube would get all butthurt. But we have Gen 3 19s and Gen 3 17s. Varying different styles. Fat Gray Man, how goes it? And this will be our next 17 model. This is our SM19 Turbo. And we'll be turning this into a 17 next. Fat beige man. We all getting older and fatter. Let's see, do I have any others with me? No, I have a red one. Be right back. Let me grab that red one. And some coffee. It's not a day on this earth without some freaking caffeine. Ah, there we go, some coffee. And one SM19 Hellet Gen 3 Red Habanero Cerakote Slide. Oh, so Gen 1, 2, and 3 all fit on the same frame platform. So you'll be fine there from Gen 1 through 3. Hey, on point. How goes it? Man, I'm feeling amazing. I got coffee. Yep, it is a figure you got to work for. I don't think I can drink on YouTube. They'd probably get all mad if I had a beer. I've seen some guys smoke cigars. They seem to be okay with that. For those of you just checking in, we are Stiffler Manufacturing, and we turn steel bars into Glock-style slides. We have Gen 3s that fit the Glock 19 and the Glock 17. And then you can make cool random stuff like this. Or, you know, you could stick with black if you just want to stay tactical. I don't know what's going on with Michigan, if any of you have heard it. I think the bill is just on pause. But they were talking about banning guns or gun parts that would make your gun more than how much ever percent a different color. So things that are burnt bronze or flat dark earth or just black, those are all okay. But God forbid you have a slide that's, you know, purple or blue or red or even white. Red, white, and blue. And their purpose for it, their argument is to claim that this way no one can confuse a firearm with a gun, or with a toy. Oh, and I think stainless is okay too. And so if that passes, which, to be honest, I don't think it's going to, it's kind of a question of a Second Amendment violation as well as a First Amendment violation, and kind of rules and laws about modifying your own personal property. So I don't think it'll survive court, but it's hard to say. Like, Rhode Island just apparently passed an assault weapons ban of sorts. So you never know. Grilled cheese mouth, hey, how's it going? Gonna go shoot this next week. And maybe some other stuff too. I mean, if you're gonna go to the range, you might as well shoot multiple guns. Damian Christian, what's going on? Yeah, Stormtrooper White. And they also sent us, this is their Wolf X Pro, which I believe RTT Guns and Gear is also going to test one, or has tested one. And Poppy the Gun Guy has already tested one, I do believe. How's this upload going? Okay, that one's loaded. How's this one? That one's loaded. All right. Here's the one from last night. Just doing some admin work in the background, getting things uploaded to Rumble. Tomorrow I have to do a full eval on all of our analytics, which is just going to be fun. Yes, actually they do. For the 19, this one's a 19. So, actually, bad example, because there is a gun tuber out there called the Gun Guy 77, and he took one of our SM19 Leonidas slides, though in Sig Pink, and he made it fit on a Gen 5 Glock 45. In general, I mean, there's a few steps to it, but you are going to have to change out the back plate, and you can get it to fit. Yep, Leonidas. We've not been real consistent on the naming conventions. The first ever slide we produced for sale, I shouldn't say ever, is the Flash. The second one we produced, which has a funny story behind it, is the Viper. Technically, the first ever one we produced, we never sold. We have it. We might make more of them in the future. But it was the precursor to what we now call the Leonidas. And then after the Leonidas, we did the Hellet. And then we did the Turbo. And we have that one slide that we have never sold, but we have that in the background, just waiting to turn it into something. Yeah, the white ones are the Stormtrooper. Or that's the type of Cerakote we used. The downside to the Stormtrooper white Cerakote, and let me see if this... Oh, God, that's bright. Okay. This might be a little hard to see. There we go. But you might be able to see the light reflecting off of... There it is. Reflecting off the slide. It has a gloss finish. So that is why we switched over to Arctic White. So when you're out shooting in the Arizona desert, the sun that loves to murder you really reflects off this damn thing. Oh yeah, the white's great. It's just you might want to do a matte white over a gloss white. But if you're not going to be in like direct sunlight, you know, it's not a huge issue. And so this one here, you can kind of see it a little bit, is that glossy white. It's also a little harder to spray than other matte or metallic colors. So things with metallic flake are easier to spray than some of the other Cerakotes. Oh, there we go. Have I missed anybody? Nope, nope, we're up. I don't know. If we start seeing like real demand for it, or if our distributor asks us, then yeah, we might do it. So for those of you not aware, the combat cut for the optic is where the rear sight, the dovetail here, would then be in front of the optic cut. And the optic cut will be moved back slightly. The one we will probably never do is where it only has an optic cut. Probably never going to do that. Oh, good coffee. Let's see, which one are we uploading here? Oh, yep, that's the live with DLD After Dark last night, along with Red Dawn Readiness. We're going to upload that. I really should stream on Rumble more, but, get around to it. Rumble lets me touch any of my firearms without going all crazy. I would love to shoot one, but just to see how, you know, it stacks up against the traditional. But Maybe it's just because I'm so indoctrinated on the traditional cut that it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Yeah, they're not. YouTube is easier to work with, for streaming purposes. I just wish they were a little more 2A friendly. I know they have issues because of that one idiot who had his girlfriend. I'm not even sure that was on YouTube, but the story goes that he shot a 50 Action Express at a dictionary or some heavy book, and it stopped the round. So then he got the bright frickin' idea of putting another thick, heavy book by his head, and his girlfriend then shoots the book. So, frickin' Darwin Award right there. But they did it on some form of live, and he died, obviously. But then some other person also apparently unalived themselves on a live, and it took them hours to find the guy, and just he was streaming the whole time. Yeah, I mean, and, morbid veteran humor, but if you're going to do that shit, do it outside, Nobody has to clean it up. Hey, Jackson Wheeler, welcome. Society, well, I talked about this with my old man years ago, and we're kind of the opinion that society isn't smarter or dumber than it used to be. We're all dealing with the same issues that we used to, generationally. The issue we have now is that everyone can prove just how stupid they are. So he did dumb stuff when he was a kid, and his dad did dumb stuff when he was a kid, and so on and so on. It's just there was no way to prove it to the whole damn planet. That and social media clout, like people really crave the attention. It's a very useful tool, being able to interact with anyone around the world at any time. But some people treat it as too real. Like with the whole cyberbullying concept, right? People are just like, hey, why don't you turn it off? But when you grew up your whole life having access to the internet and access to social media and these various platforms, the kids start to treat this as the same as real life, which is really unfortunate. Random gun sounds. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, the guy just constantly messes with him, and all of a sudden he pulls out his concealed carry and just... The guy survived, too, I think. Maybe just stop screwing with people. I don't know. Like, I don't feel bad for the guy. I know some people do. I don't. I was like, you made a choice, man. Oh, yeah, because he was being harassed. Oh, thanks. I don't know. I might do... I bet I get in trouble for this, but I probably do, like, read short books, like, random stuff like this. Or, whatever else I got over here. I'm sure I'd get in trouble for, like, some kind of copyright thing if I did that, though. I have a vague idea of releasing a joke book. And it'll probably be, like, 15 to 30 pages long. And maybe next time we go to conventions, we'll just we'll have it there for like $5 or something. We could do an audio version of it. Of course, I got to figure out who to publish a book. Oh, what's going on with FE Ordnance? Yep. I knew I was going to do that at some point. The habit of just touching the random crap on my phone. So I get way too many notifications. Alaskan Ballistics, 2A EDU. Yep, good guys to follow. DLD After Dark. Oh, looks like John Crump News posted a video. Update on the Hearing Protection Act and the Short Act. Oh, right, I think I saw something about that where it got stalled in the Senate. You know, funny enough, they had me, for that reason, they had me do a lot of the awards readings and a lot of the announcements and stuff when I was in the Army. There we go. The Senate parliamentarian. Yeah, I saw something about that earlier, but I didn't have time. Busy in the shop. Let's see here. See, this is where I wish I had my screen sharing capabilities. Everyday carry, how goes it? So what's going on with that is we have just... Yeah, here we go. Here's the zoom. So we just finished our SM19 zoom slide this week. And now that we have finished that, it's on our website. We just got to make a bunch of the colors. Not you. Too many slides. Okay, here we are. We need to turn our SM19 Turbo into a 17. And then after that, my CFO and shipping manager and so on and so forth demands that we make the 17 Hellet as well before we move on to the 43. That said, we do have a 43 programmed, or in the progress of being programmed. So when it comes to, once we're ready to make them, we'll have them. Another thing that we have to do is get steel bars for the 43. So here we go. Here is a steel bar that we have that is good for making 19 slides. As you can imagine, the 17 is a bit longer, and the 43 is going to be a bit shorter. And we could make them all out of the same, length, but then we're just throwing money away. So we're in the talks with our steel provider to get us the right cut size of steel. Oh, yeah, we machine these. So this whole chunk of, where's a good one? There we go. So just to show you how much is disappearing. There we are. Oh, yeah. This is a heavy little bastard, too. Yep. And so, yeah, we're not taking blanks and, cutting them into slides. Not to disparage any business that does that. That is definitely an option. We are taking solid steel and turning them into slides. And we're doing it out of 17.4 stainless steel rather than 416R. Which is a bit harder to work with. It's a bit harder on the end mills that we're using. So like for comparison, the slide here is 17.4. The gun barrel is 416R. Yeah, I wish I could give you a timeline on it. I'm hoping by fall. But yeah, we'll see. I don't want to promise anything. We promised the 17 way too early, and we weren't ready for it. As a business, it's not that we couldn't have done it. It's we didn't have the distribution, we didn't have logistics set up, and I have seen so many slide companies or gun parts companies go under chasing models, and so for us, kind of slow and steady, it kept us in the race. It wasn't easy. I mean, we're on what, 2.5 years now? A little over that now. Yeah, it is. You should definitely take a look at some of the videos we posted on Instagram and YouTube of just our machine running. I want to do some more long form of that, but we can't post all of it. It'd be too long a process. I don't know if we could upload something that long. That and some of my shop employees don't want to be on the camera, so I don't blame them. Oh, what else do we got here? Actually, yeah, this is the first Leonidas, improved Leonidas. That's not even the right word. Modified Leonidas, I guess. But anyway, this is the first one we ever made, and we're at like 1,500 rounds through this at this point. That was us testing someone else's laser. I don't know if it's going to show up. There it is. Testing someone else's laser engraver out. Kind of want to do some laser engraving sometime. It's rough, but it's definitely a cool job. And it runs in the family a bit. Old man used to do it, and his dad, did carpentry and engineering and machining and designing, and so did one of the other grandfathers. Yeah. I don't even think machining is really what they wanted to do. It's just it was available and it made money, and you're trying to take care of a family, you got to do what you got to do. All right, let's see here. That one's uploading. 36%. All right. All right, let's see how our eBay stores are doing. That annoys me to this day. We were at 100% for quite a while. But you're never gonna make everybody happy. There's always gonna be some person who's pissed off. Oh, right, this one guy got mad that our processing time. So, for those of you who might not be aware, all of our slides are made to order. So, like, obviously, as you saw, machining this, it's not the only process, right? There is, besides we machine it, we have to do finishing work on it. It has to be sanded, it has to be Cerakoted, it has to be fitted. We have to make sure barrels fit in the slide. We have to make sure that sights will fit. You got to make sure your EDP rod's going to fit in fine. your safety plunger fits, so on and so on. And each one has to go through that. It has to go through a quality control check. And so, yeah, it's a 2-week process, sometimes 3 if there's any sort of delay, and then it gets mailed out. Hey, Brookside, what's going on? I just keep bumping shit with this. Woohoo. I should just curl this. It's almost like a little, like 3-4 pound weight. Right now, generation 3 for the 19 and the 17. And once we make a couple more 17s, we're going to start on the 43. Oh, yeah, okay, so, like, here's one. Person says, wasn't the quality I was expecting, but we were selling a blemished slide. So sometimes during the manufacturing process, and I think I have one here that shows this. Yes, I do. Okay, so, as you can see, there's a chunk missing. A tool deflected, and it went off, and it took off a chunk of metal. It'll still shoot, it'll still work, but it's blemished. So you turn around and you sell something like that for $75 to $100 to somebody who doesn't care, somebody who wants to do their own custom work to it. And this person bought one of those tool mark slides, or sometimes it's just something as simple as the Cerakote didn't cure properly, or perhaps there was a run when the Cerakote was sprayed. And our options are either, well, sand it back, or sell it as a blem and keep moving on. I'm going to shoot this. I'm going to take this to the range and shoot it. Okay, Glock 20 right now for the 10 millimeter. Yeah, we might do other models after that. After the 17, we'll do the 43. After the 43, we might do a 26 or a 34. But I kind of want to expand into other models at some point, and we'll see what our distributor wants, and we'll see what some of our vendors want. Because that's the driving factor. For like, we go and make a lot of models, and I've seen some of our competitors do that too. And then maybe 1 or 2 people buy them, and then they just sit on the shelf. And I just don't want a bunch of... I mean, we had that for a while, too, where we had certain colors. We had already painted them with whatever Cerakote color. And some of the slides sat there for months because people didn't want that color. Which was just super unfortunate. Because you put money into the steel, you put money into the end mills, the Cerakote, and you painted it and all the time and effort, and then it just sits there and sits there. And whereas something like, you know, a black slide or an FDE slide, you know those will sell because people love tactical colors. Sadly, one of them, like for example, Bazooka Pink did not sell well. Sangria did not sell very well. But Periwinkle did not sell very well, and I like this color. It's like a blue with a purple hue to it. Hunter Orange goes through phases, where it will not sell for months, but then all of a sudden it picks up and people are buying it like crazy. But your regular tactical colors, flat dark earth, desert sand, black, tungsten, sniper gray, battleship gray, Jesse James green, all of those sell like that. Burnt bronze is a good seller. Oh, who's this? Oh, East Coast Cerakote. I know those guys. Yeah, actually, weird enough, yeah, for Hunter Orange, it has picked up around deer season on occasion, as well as a few other hunting seasons. So that's probably why. Oh, hey, below average Utah dad. Nice. He's looks like he's doing a live, I think. Check that guy out if you guys get the time. Yeah, pretty much. And we also get some weird ones too. Some people buy slide colors based on like football teams, for example. We had one guy get one of our bright purple slides, and his whole thing was that he was going to do a Minnesota Vikings build. And we've had a few others where people are trying to do sports teams and other stuff like that. Somebody did a Lakers one. And right now I'm kind of going through... Oh, goddamn, that's bright. Going through some of our social media. I got to do a analytics check tomorrow. Bullseye Ben's on, Chanson's on, Below Average Utah Dad, 2A EDU. Yeah, check those guys out when you get a chance. Poppy the Gun Guy. But we've got frickin' everything on, almost everything. Obviously Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Blue Sky. We used to be on Reddit until we got banned for... They said we were selling gun parts, and we're like, yes, we are. We are absolutely selling gun parts, but we're not selling gun parts on Reddit. We're selling them through our website. And we are a registered LLC. We pay taxes. And per Reddit's rules, just like Facebook's rules, is that if you are a legitimate business, you can advertise your gun parts. Yeah, do a green and gold one. We have two kinds of greens. We have one that's kind of a neon called Green Mamba, and the other one's more of a forest green, and long name, but Jesse James Eastern Front Green. Gotta love... Hey, man, at least you're not going to lose that wallet. Oh, Shimmer Aluminum sells really well, too. So people like, obviously, the stainless steel look, but our slides come coated for a variety of reasons. So Shimmer Aluminum gives it that near stainless look. Obviously, it's not mirror finished or anything like that, but it gives people that metallic look, and they like it. Oh, and we are going to be getting more of the poker chips in, so we'll be mailing those out periodically. This one has the logo for the Leonidas, and each slide, funny enough, has their own image associated with them. So if you look closely, if it shows up, it kind of looks like a Leonidas. With the Stiffler Dragon wrapped around it. So we're going to get a new one, and we're going to try a different, see if they can do this kind of 3D image well or not. We'll see. And we plan on getting some merch eventually. Want to get some hats, get some t-shirts, some random BS like that. People keep asking for it, so... What's going to suck is if we finally get it and then no one wants it. Yeah, they are. They are Gen 3 Glock 19 compatible as well as Glock 17. And the 19... I know for a fact you can fit that on the Gen 5 Glock 45. Yes, I am 90 to 99% sure, because the Ruger RXM is a Glock clone of sorts, that these slides should fit on an RXM. We just haven't tried it. We haven't bought an RXM to actually test it. And that's where a lot of the expense comes in, is people keep asking us, hey, do you know if this works with this? Do you know if this works with that? And we can say, based on the stats, yes, it should. But until you actually buy the frame, until you actually buy, like a Radian Ramjet, do you know until you actually bought it? No. Like, I can say, our slides fit on a Grit Grips. I don't own one. But thankfully our customers went out and they put it on a Grit Grips for us, so we didn't have to test it. Still do not understand how that director could not take that slide off. Still don't get it. Chief law enforcement agent. Okay. Yeah, it fits well. This is definitely going to the range next week. Yeah, he's a dingbat. I don't know, it feels like if you're going to be a part of an agency like that, you should know a lot of stuff about guns. Like a ridiculous amount. Hey, Utah Dad, he is live, okay. Oh man, I've been doing this for over an hour. Awesome. Let's see, what else do I have to show off right now? No, that's it. I need to get some more colorful slides in here just to show them off. That's a thing right there. So I spent 10 years in the military. And my brother did 6, and one of our shop employees did 4. And between us, we have a lot of firearms experience. I attended a couple competitions. We've all qualified on different weapons or have been familiarized with different weapons. And people say, well, hey, you guys clearly must be better than, civilians, or you must be better than law enforcement. No. I've seen civilians who have no military or law enforcement experience blow people out of the water at the range. It really just is practice, practice, practice. And some people have a natural talent for it. Now, there's certain platforms that I'm naturally familiar with now. If someone were to give me an M9 or an M17 or an M4, an M16, then yeah, sure, I can grab any AR platform and go to work with it. But, like if someone were to give me some random lever action rifle, I'm sitting here like, well, I understand basic marksmanship. I should do all right. I should maybe hit the target, probably. But am I going to be an expert with that rifle? No, you got to give me some time. I got to learn the feel of the rifle. I got to spend some time at the range, drop 500, 1,000, 5,000 rounds, Each weapon platform is different. Each pistol's different. I sucked with the M17 when it first came out, when I first shot that thing, compared to the M9 or any of the civilian pistols I have. Hey, Half Empty, how's it going? But after, I ended up getting my own M17 after a little while. Went to the range with it, got a hell of a lot better at it. But it pissed me off, I'll tell you that, because compared to the M9 or the Ruger SR9 or Glock 19, that I could hit target, I could hit the range no problem. Drop targets, drop steel targets, center mass, no problems. But fucking that M17, I sucked with it until I got some experience, like just at the range, dropping several hundred rounds multiple times. Like each platform is different. And you got to play around with it. You got to get used to it. Yeah, not too bad. I got out of the shop doing a. Well, I was gonna say a short live, but I'm doing this for over an hour now. Showing off people who haven't seen us yet. We're turning steel bars, obviously, into slides, and doing this is our. I think this is our first vertical. We are gonna take this build next week, and we are gonna shoot this at the range. And we're going to test out this Siley Optics Wolfex Pro Red Dot and see how that goes. And I'm just doing some admin work, killing some time while I do some of that. Getting videos uploaded to Rumble, checking on our various social media platforms. Checking on the news here and there. Oh yeah, it was at the time there was a lot of debate about whether or not we were going to accept new colors, and I pretty much demanded it. I even said I'd pay for the bottle. Like, no, we're going to do Jesse James green. I like it. It looks good. I think people will buy it, and now people do. And on the flip side, our CFO had the same exact opinion of shimmer aluminum, where we were just sitting there like, I don't know. And sure enough, she was right. It's one of our best sellers. But we've all been wrong about something on some of the colors. Like, we thought Bazooka Pink or Bubblegum Pink, whichever, was going to sell well, and it didn't. And we had Sky Blue, and we thought, it might sell well, and it did not. You say that, but she chose Sky Blue, and that did not sell at all. She's going to be mad at me later when she watches this. And whereas me and Stiffler, we both liked the Periwinkle, and she likes the Periwinkle too, did not sell. But NRA Blue sells pretty well. What's going on with this? Oh, and for those of you that don't know, we are doing a 4th of July sale, 15% off stripped slides in SM19, and we are going to be doing 15% off red, white, and blue colors. So USMC red, Arctic white, and NRA blue. Hey, if you're going to get an NRA blue, wait until July 3rd to July 6th. We're doing 15% off. No, I razz her a lot, back and forth. She's actually really good at picking certain things like that. And I don't know what it is. I'm going to go get some more coffee. I don't know what it is, but women are way better at some of the deburr work and finishing work and quality control work. They see things that we don't. They're just better at it. I don't know why. All I know is they're better at it. So I let her, we let her run it, and she does great at it. Every once in a while, something slips through, and you find out it wasn't because of her. It's because she had a day off or couldn't be in the shop, and somebody else messed up. I'll be right back. Alright. Coffee's already finished. Oh, it's going to be a long night. Coffee. Coffee. Back again. Oh, I'm sure she can hear me. She'll watch this later and yell at me. Yeah, colors really are hit and miss. I don't have a purple Cerakote one on me. But we use bright purple for the Cerakote. And, oh, we're doing this new one. What is it called? It's an FX series that Cerakote's doing. And Mystique, that's what it is. So think of like gun candy, and it has that kind of shimmery whatever effect. Yes, you'll need a backplate if you're swapping through generations. You'll need a backplate. Let me see if I can find. Let's see, RTT Guns and Gear. There we go. He has a video on this. Let me see if I can find it. I want to say it is the 19X. Yep, here it is. Gen 3 19 slide on a 19X. So he kind of goes into this a bit. On YouTube won't let him like show you how to do it, but he kind of talks you through it so you can figure it out. And we saw that with a few slides from some other businesses where the Cerakote was kind of... I mean, Cerakote will eventually chip off. It will. Just from shooting. Or in the case of... Let's see if you can see this. So you can see some of the scorching marks there, right? Now this one does a better job of it because of the kind of porting it has. But when you were shooting a ported barrel in a ported slide, you are going to strip the Cerakote away as you shoot. It's going to happen. And yeah. So some people think it lasts. If you're using a ported barrel, you are going to strip the Cerakote away from your slide. And over time, you know, if you drop it, you are going to cause chips and stuff in your Cerakote. But that shouldn't happen immediately after you've cured it. And I've seen a few businesses that as soon as you put... Damn it, I can't show it because I'm on YouTube. Okay. So you have your slide, right? And you rack it. But then you look at the bottom. Now on this one, you can see that there is a little bit of wear. There it is. You can see a little bit of wear right where the rails go. But on some of the competitors that we've done, it immediately starts chipping. If you look at your frame, you can start, like, let's say it's a red slide. You'll see specks of red and flecks of it littering the frame. The Cerakote is literally just chipping off. And that's, you know, either they sprayed too much, it didn't cure properly, they didn't do a good oven job, whatever the case might be. That's where you're seeing some of that. Oh, the channel liner? Okay, so Channel liner goes down in here, and as you can see, you can see through. Yeah, exactly. Where's normal for contact points? Man, if I had... See, this is why I don't like doing the... I knew this was going to become like an issue. I could show this on my computer if I had... Okay, so... basically, it's just preventing metal-on-metal contact. And channel liners can wear out over time. You might need to extract them and replace them. But... I'm getting messages again. What the hell? But it's in the same passage where your firing pin goes, and it's just meant for reducing wear from metal and on-metal contact. But once it's in, you can't remove it without breaking it. So if you ever plan on removing it, make sure you have a backup. And back to that wear. Wear is normal. Your gun is going to wear. It happens. But for some reason, and I think this is partly the good and bad with how many new shooters that we have now. There's whole new generations that their parents never taught them about shooting. They were never part of the military or law enforcement. They were not part of a hunting family. And just the Second Amendment was not big in their life. And certain events happened either in the country or around the world that made them think, well, you know what, I need a gun now. I know COVID was a big flashpoint for a lot of brand new 2A proponents and a few other things as well. And so they're dipping their toes into this, and they're asking a lot of questions, and they have expectations based on the experiences and lack of experience that they have. So they go, oh, well, why did the coating strip away when I used a ported barrel? And they don't know why, right? Because they never experienced it before. So you have to explain that to them. And if you don't explain it right, or maybe they don't even ask you, they just assume, oh, it's a defective product, right? But wear is normal. And to the rest of us, you look at that and go, yeah, that makes sense. You had a ported barrel, hot gases are expelling, it's stripping the undercarriage. That makes sense. Or right where the rails are, that's rubbing off. It makes sense that there's wear there. To them, it doesn't. They've never seen it before. They're not familiar with it. So they ask, to the rest of us, what would be a really crazy question. They never had 80-year-old Jeeps. Hey, Dale Gray, how goes it? Man, I'd freaking like an 80-year-old Jeep. I will tell you right now, even though we manufacture these, I don't know everything about guns. I spent 10 years in the military. I don't know everything about guns. I have been in shooting competitions. I don't know everything about guns. Anyone who is going out there and proclaiming they can't touch that, is proclaiming they know everything about guns is probably lying. Nobody knows everything about everything. And we all start somewhere. Oh man, I want a Mini 14 too. I never really wanted a Mini 14 until people started saying all kinds of dumb crap about the AR platforms. And I wanted to get a Mini 14 just to prove a point. But I never got around to it. Oh, right on, man. Stay awake during that night shift. Those are not easy. Oh, we're getting pinged again. What happened? I've actually gotten people who got mad at me because I did not answer their question that was sent to me at 1 a.m. and I woke up like 5 hours later. It's like, man, I don't have bots. I don't have a full-time like nighttime staff just sitting there waiting to answer the phone or answer random messages at 1 a.m. Man, I hope I'm making enough money for that someday. You want it because of the 18th. It is, well, I don't know. I think of the golden age of firearms as like, what Moses Browning did, stuff like that. But maybe we are in a new age. People can 3D print stuff. You can get tabletop CNC machines and do all this crazy stuff. It really is like a whole new era. Hey, Kurt24, how's it going? I'm doing a vertical live. Oh, and I don't know if you ever got one, Kurt, but we got a Siley Optics Wolf X Pro in. They reached out to us, and they want us to test it. And I don't know, maybe we'll do something with it. Maybe we'll sell some slides with Siley Optics. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know RTT Guns and Gear has or is in the process of testing one. Poppy the Gun Guy already tested one. And let's see. Who was I supposed to watch the other day? Something Yukon. Oh yeah, this is one of our older ones, the Stormtrooper White. We've switched to Arctic White. Difference being the Stormtrooper has a more of a gloss finish, and Arctic has a bit more of a matte finish. Functions test. It's a shame I can't show it. Yeah. But I can show the slides just fine. Woohoo. Oop, what did I do? That's what I get for touching things. Yeah, I like it quite a bit. What the hell? Who has an iPhone? Okay. Oh, thank you. I'm already on so much overtime. I do not need more of that. Well, I do. Could always use some more money. But I should sleep at some point. The non-beige white slide. I wish I had some of my green ones. Yeah, that should look pretty good. Oh yeah, and Kurt, I'm sure you're aware, but 17 zoom. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We got those up. Oh no, still loading to Rumble. But that's done, and I gotta check out that thing from John Crump News at some point. And I think you might know, Kurt. It was Red Dawn doing a show tonight. I can't remember. This whole week's been a blur. Oh, that was my back. I'll have to check that out. Oh, let's see. Got to do the whole metrics thing tomorrow. Let's do a pre-metrics check. What are we looking at? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so after the Zoom 17, we'll be doing a Turbo 17. It's mostly programmed. We got a few things to fix. And after the Turbo 17, we will probably do the Hellet 17 and then move on to the 43s. What manufacturer slides? Glock. Well, Glock aftermarket. So, like, we make all of these. We turn this steel bar into a slide. Frames, no, we don't have an FFL for production, and well, we don't have an FFL at all, and I'm not sure if we'd want to do that. A pure stainless 43X slide. I mean, we'll probably do one in shimmer aluminum. I don't know about stainless. We do occasionally. We don't sell these for like individuals, but if you are running a small business and you need some kind of stainless so you can do your own coating, you need a raw slide. We will occasionally approve sale of raw slides to small businesses. So, you know, if Kurt went over there and he wanted to open up his own eBay store and do some crazy stuff with Frag Out Design Studios and turn around and resell that stuff, we'd probably consider that. Hey, J-Dog, what's going on? Oh, I didn't even notice that was you there for a second. So we are talking about, well, one, obviously, turning bars into slides. But I've got this Siley Optics Wolf X Pro that they sent us. And so we are going to shoot it next week on this build. Yeah, and part of it's that people might not know what they're doing, which we've experienced quite a bit. So, for example, one guy put his EDP rod in backwards and tried to tell us we made a faulty product. For those of you who don't have any experience with red dots, the extraction side has a shorter screw. Should have a shorter screw. And how do I show this? Let's try the stainless. So, okay. So if you put it down in through here, and you can see down the hole, right? So if you have too long of a screw, it's going to go down, and you can actually see it block the EDP rod hole. And it will obviously interfere with your EDP. So you're going to get things like, you know, bad cycles, late firing pinstrikes, and it's not the slide, it's not your parts kit, it's you have the wrong screw for the right side. And it's a very, very common issue. It happens to a lot of people who are not familiar with red dots. They got their first red dot. You know, I didn't think it'd be such a common issue. It's an insanely common issue that people are just unfamiliar with it. And so I don't feel like I sit there and go, oh, that guy's stupid. It's just a really common issue. A lot of people have never used red dots before. And so for their first red dot, they end up encountering this. Oh, the eBay store we're selling blems to, that is RB Tactical or RB Market. Actually, let me just pull up and go find his store. He's just a local seller. Guy sells militaria, collectibles, and some gun parts that he gets from us and wherever else he gets stuff from. Here we go. We'll just post that right there. There you are. Actually, we're going to be sending this one to him before too long. So, hey, Kurt, check this out. A little bit of a machine issue there. It is still functional. It will still shoot. But this is what happens when a tool breaks or an end mill deflects or whatever. You know. Yep, sometimes the tool breaks and boom, there goes a chunk of your slide. Or you get the kiss of death, where it creates a whole crazy ass mark up and down the slide. So you just can't sell it for full price. It's damaged, but it's functional. This will still shoot. I'm actually going to take this to the range to prove it will shoot, and then we're going to sell it off to the guy. Oh, that's just funny. Yeah, actually, he has some of them listed, J-Dog. Some of the stuff we already sent off to him. So, like the sky blue slides that he has there, those are Stiffler. You know, those are us, and it's a color that did not do very well for our production. So, he picked them up to us from us wholesale. The shimmer aluminum is probably a good go because it's cheaper than normal, and it was what was that one? It was like a customer issue. They got a channel liner in it, and that's all that's wrong with it. Oh, no, yeah. Sell off your blem slides. As long as they're mechanically functional, sell them off. See, because what some people do with these, if they're blems, they want to do their own personal work. And it's a way for them to get a slide cheaper so they can do their own custom work to it and get better at stuff. We get people who reach out to us regularly about blemished slides and say, hey, do you have this? I want to try doing laser engraving work. Right on, Dale Gray. Hey, man. Yeah, good luck at work. Have a good night. Make that money. Oh, the grip module. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if we do that. I mean, we do want to expand beyond slides at some point. You can fit a Gen 3 G19 on the 19X, actually. I think I just posted it earlier, but yeah, RTT Guns and Gear goes over it. Hey, below average Utah dad. Oh yeah, I saw you were live. I was like, if I wasn't still going, I'd pop in. Let's see here. Trying to get some more lives done while I'm doing work and whatnot. There we go. Here is the Gen 3 19 slide on the 19X frame. And this is from RTT Guns and Gear. He's at GunCon right now. Much appreciated. Thank you. Now this one is a tool mark, or not tool mark, a tool issue, but some blemishes are just Cerakote. Like for example, one of the ones would be like if it cured wrong. We actually had one, oh man, this was a while back. So our shop flooded. There was a real bad monsoon storm. And the shelves got damaged, and so all of our good slides fell off the shelf and they hit the floor, and so all the Cerakote got scratched and scuffed, and we had to sell them as blems. Nothing we could do about that, so we had to sell them as blemished slides to get the money out of them. So if you're ever looking at blems, there's not anything necessarily wrong with them. They still function mechanically. It's just the appearance might not be as good, and people love taking blem slides. One, because they might not care that there's an appearance issue and it's a cheaper slide. And then two, if they plan on doing their own custom work to it, whether it's laser engraving, whether they want to do some stenciling work, whatever, it's cheaper and they can practice on it. Now, the ones that we would absolutely not sell, and you could tell during the manufacturing process, is if you got a kiss of death on certain parts. Like if it impacted any of the important parts, any of the guts where all of your parts kit goes, no, absolutely not. If it affected the structural integrity of the slide, no, it would not get sold. It'd just get turned into scrap. Yeah, slide release and the back plate should be what you need to change, J-Dog. Yeah, and it's a definite worry. So if you have, if it's a company you're not familiar with, like if someone has a mechanical issue, we have a whole warranty process that we will go and assist. Sometimes people have sent their guns back, or not their gun, but their slide back to us, and we have gone through and checked everything and fixed everything. And when I say fixed everything, I'm going to say 99% of the time it's user error. But like a lot of the ones we get, they installed their parts kits wrong. So nothing I can do about that. They installed their parts kit wrong. And then we just install it right for them. Be right back real quick. There we are, back again. Okay, so that might be around 9 or 10 o'clock my time. Oh no, I'm not bringing that dog out. Maybe someday I'll show the shop dog. It's a nice husky. No, that dog is... It's cute when it's just a couple of us, but right now it's agitated. I'm fairly certain somebody abused it at one time. The shop dog's fun though. He's a sweetie. Though he barks at all newcomers until he gets to know them. Yeah, people who mess with dogs should burn. Oh yeah, J-Dog. I'm actually sending one of those to Flying Rich. So here is the Hellet in Red Habanero. And so at some point, once we get our Hellet production back on, I'll be sending Rich one of those slides. Yeah, the Spaceborne design is pretty awesome. Funny thing is, not too long after that came out, quite a few different competitors tried to copy it for a while. For those of you just popping in, we're going to test out this at the range next week. This new Siley Optic Wolf X Pro. I'd show you the full build, but YouTube gets all butthurt if you show a full gun. Oh yeah, I like the way it looks. I should try it on other stuff. Here's the box for it. Okay, quick little refresh. Okay, I'll probably stay on for about 8 more minutes or so until we hit that 2-hour mark, and then I'll pop off and see who else is on. Looks like Below Average Utah Dad, he's still doing his. Chance ended his live. RTT Guns and Gear, he's at GunCon. Poppy the Gun Guy was in here earlier. Give him a look if you guys get the chance. Bullseye Ben was in here earlier. He did a quick little live. What the hell did you do? How'd you get banned? So that's why I have so many platforms. If we get taken down off one, I can still communicate with everybody later. That's weird. Touching and handling. Yeah, I just swear I'm going to get screwed on that at some point. Scumbag Nate, welcome. I'll be going out shooting next week at some point, Brookside. We'll be testing out that optic. I mean, some of those people you're a dick to kind of deserve it. I've talked with them. I got my first crazy person last night, though. I think some of you might have been in here for that. But, yeah, that guy was off his frickin' rocker. Woohoo. Something about militias and making unregistered guns and shit. I'm just like, dude, we're a business. Like, take your weird, crazy shit somewhere else. D-Dog Tactical, what's going on? Playing around with this build I'm going to be taking to the range next week. Well, that's why I've got a few moderators. Hopefully they'll be able to help me. Tim Harper, what's going on? But yeah, we're taking this out next week. We'll test out this Siley Optics Wolfx Pro. We'll shoot it on an old Viper slide. ELD Performance Barrel, SCT Manufacturing UPK. And of course I'm missing the rear iron there, but put that on. Or maybe we'll just go with the optic, who cares? Yeah, I wonder about that. How many of them bounce around between different gun tubing channels and whatnot? Now, I've actually done slides quite a bit, and they don't bother me. But if I will not touch the frame on live, hopefully. Woohoo! Yep, they don't give me crap for the slide, but I swear if I touch that frame, they'll probably have an aneurysm or something. Oh, here's a good one. So this is what our slides look like packaged to an individual customer. So if you see they're wrapped in bubble wrap and then they're put in a hard plastic case, and then they've got our list of what it is, you know, so which model it is it stripped or complete, yeah, other model, and then what color. Yeah, we don't sell them stainless unless you're doing stuff with them and you're doing it for like business. All of our slides get coated. Alright, I gotta stay off their radar then. At some point I'll probably just try and get onto Rumble and do live there. But YouTube is just so easy. Yeah. That's funny, Utah. I'll engage a little bit on the politics just because the very nature of what we do as a business involves politics. But some of the stuff that people ask, I've seen in a lot of the other lives, are freaking crazy. Yeah, I've got to start doing more lives just to get the word out there. We have a distributor, of course, and that really helps, but we really need those individual sales, and I get some just by chatting with people. Lets people know who we are, because I mean, we're still really young. We're only 2.5 years into doing this. We're hitting our 3rd year this coming January. And surviving the first 2 years took a lot. That first year almost took us out. That first 6 months almost took us out. And there were some times early on, we thought, maybe we could just sell the machines. We'll sell, what steel we have left, and we'll be done. But we kept going. I got a few randos in here earlier, but I'm not popular enough yet. I need more likes and subs. Okay, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark, so go back over it real quick. Stiffler Manufacturing, we turn steel bars into slides for Generation 3, Glock 19, and Glock 17. This is my first phone stream, so I'm getting a bit more engagement, yeah. And let's take this off again. Oh my god, that was so easy. It's like I could be the director of the ATF or something. And we're going to test out this Siley Optics Wolf X Pro next week at the range, some local range here in Arizona. And this is our SM19 Viper slide. We'll be testing it with an ELD Performance barrel, an SCT Manufacturing upper parts kit with Glock OEM sights. And we'll be doing it on a PSA dagger frame and a polymer 80 frame. Yo, damn right I do. Hey man, people are soft. What are you gonna do? Definitely go give Siley a look. Maybe maybe they have something for you. We might do some stuff with them in the future if this test goes out well. So we'll see. Hey, see you, Kurt. 2A is the way. What's going on, Chanson? All right, yeah, we breached that 2-hour mark, so I'm going to call it here. I'm going to go check out some other people's lives, so you might see me commenting in there and whatnot. There we go. I might try and hit up Red Dawn Readiness. If he is doing his live later, I'll probably be on there. There we are. All right, so as always, stay 2A every day. There we go.